I was gonna say, oh, my necklace. Thank you. Oh, hi. Hi,
Hi.
Bob Ross.
Okay, I have to say something first.
Okay, well, let me introduce you
All right.
first.
Okay.
Okay, just 1 second. Everyone, this is Bob Roth, who taught me to meditate 10 years ago in India, and he's going to be teaching us something in a couple minutes. Go ahead, Bob, you have the floor.
So I've been listening. I love the song. I've been
Thank you.
wonderful interview with Zoe. I've known Katy for 10 years very well, and she is more beautiful today than you have ever been in your life.
Thank
Honest,
you.
I'm a very honest person. If I more beautiful, more radiant, kinder, more compassionate. Just rare in the world. So never say those things. Tired schmired people who love you,
Oh,
they see your heart. They see who you are. Outer so I just had to say that, Katy Perry. You are an extraordinarily beautiful soul and woman.
thank
And
you.
I speak for everybody. I'm
Thank
speaking for
you.
everybody.
Thank you. Catherine accepts. Katy is still working on her self-love, but Catherine
Catherine can accept, and Katy also needs to know that
okay,
Bob
fine.
only speaks the truth. You're
Okay,
beautiful,
great.
beautiful woman. Okay, done.
Well, Bob, thank you so much for that. I just want to tell a little story. We met over 10 years ago when I was getting married to my first husband. I was 25 years old. It was 2 years, I think we had met before then, but before it was right around the time where Teenage Dream was coming out, or it had come out, and life was fast and furious, and it was just smacking me all over the face. And it was like I was hanging onto a rocket for dear life, and it was intense and beautiful, and it was all of the things, and I didn't know how to handle them because it was like going from an iPhone 6 to like an iPhone, what is it now? I don't know, 11 or
No, it's
12?
going from a dial-up to an it went from a dial-up to an iPhone
Yeah,
Well,
it was going from a dial-up to an iPhone. And so I was just like, I don't know how my brain is going to handle all of this pressure and demand and excitement and enthusiasm. I I basically made a wish and I got everything I wished for. So be careful what you wish for, right? And of course, with the hard work and everything, it was just like it was a lot. So I was getting married in India, and as a present to myself and for my marriage at the time, I wanted to learn transcendental meditation. And you are the guy in the world. You've taught everyone. You've taught so many people I admire and look up to, like Oprah. You taught my friend Hugh Jackman and his wife, Deb, and just so many like amazing people know who Bob Roth is, and the David Lynch Foundation, which you are the head of the David Lynch Foundation. And if anyone doesn't know who David Lynch is, go and just check out his filmography. He's an incredible director, writer.
Twin Peaks he's famous for.
Twin Peaks,
Yeah.
yes, man of mystery, but also man of meditation. It changed his life. And I'd like for you just to like tell me and the people that are watching a little bit about the David Lynch Foundation and what we're going to do today on this beautiful winter solstice.
Yes, the shortest day of the year for those of us in the northern hemisphere.
That's
And
right.
it's amazing. In New York City, there'll be 5 hours and 40 minutes of daylight. And no, excuse me, 9 hours and 40 minutes of daylight. And during summer solstice, 15 hours. So 6 hour
Wow.
difference, 6 hour difference.
That's a lot.
Amazing.
That's we should be
Yeah,
hibernating and meditating.
that's right. And meditating.
Yes.
So the David Lynch Foundation was started about 20 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, to address a very real pandemic that affects all of us. And that is stress, trauma, anxiety, depression. And yes, medicines help, and yes, exercise helps, but we've lost sort of access with the field of quiet and equanimity and peace that lies naturally within every one of us. Like an ocean has choppy waves on the surface, but
Yeah.
is silence at the depth, our mind is active and creative and millions of things. You got Daisy and this song and then Orlando and we all have that. It's like choppy waves. But deep within every one of us, doesn't matter our religion, our age, our philosophy, it's there, field of silence, field of quiet. And we've lost access. And so TM is such a simple technique that just allows every human being, you can be a skeptic, it's great, doesn't matter, you don't have to believe in it, for the mind to settle down and feel that, experience that peace. And when that happens, your body gains a state of rest deeper than sleep. And all the hormones of anxiety and stress and worry get flushed out of your system. And as you know, it wakes up, you have a beautiful description of your meditation, but it wakes up the creative networks in the brain. What was your description about that?
Well, so you taught us to meditate and taught me, and every time I go on tour, you
Yeah, I
teach
love
my
that. I love
you
that.
teach my tour mate, you teach my dancers. We're always meditating about 2 hours before a show. But for me, when I learned, my mantra and I investigated TM and I really wanted to learn and you taught me, it was profound. Actually, I would say some of my best ideas, they come after a meditation. And when your mind is quiet, it's when you get that deep, deep rest. And so what happens when I meditate, I find a very quiet place in my room, as quiet as can be. And sometimes that's outside. It's wonderful to do in, the sunrise and the sunset. It's so beautiful because the sun isn't so harsh. So if you have a little patch of grass, or if you don't, if you're in an apartment, you can do it on a couch or in your bed, sitting up, a chair. Any chair will do. What happens to me is I do the meditation and it's 20 minutes long, and we're not going to do that particular meditation, but I do this meditation and it's 20 minutes long, and I start and I say my mantra, and there's all this stuff that comes, and yes, it's like you must do this, you must buy this, you have to do this, and Christmas and Daisy and Orlando and the dogs, are they okay? Is there poop on the floor? And then it goes and it's like all of that starts to clear away and I get deeper. And what happens in my head is like a halo starts to go around of sorts because I'm saying my mantra and there's this quiet that happens, this real deep sleep, because my dreams are like IMAX movies. And there's this deep sleep that happens in my brain where it feels like I'm reopening up neural pathways. It's like I'm pushing through dusty cobwebs in my neural pathways. And I feel like a lot like I'm lighting up my whole head and I'm wearing this halo of sorts, this halo of clarity. And that 20 minutes to me feels like I've had the deepest rest all day. I check it. It's like I check in with my body and it tells me, oh my gosh, you are so tired or you're ready for the day. And that 20 minutes sometimes feel like I have found 2 hours on the clock, 2 extra hours on the clock. It's like I found 26 hours. And I stole 2 hours on the clock. And it makes listen, I got to tell you, Bob, it's the biggest thing I believe in, other than therapy or the Hoffman process. It changed my life. And when I started doing it, I had less anxiety, less depression, and more creativity, more rest. And I really felt calm. Like if I was even if I was hungover, because I had been out at the club, I'd wake up, I'd meditate, and it would cure my hangover. I would be jet lagged and it would cure my jet lag. I'd have anxiety or I would be really moody sometimes because when you have a lot on your plate, sometimes you can feel overwhelmed and then therefore have moods. And I would be moody and I would say, I need to excuse myself for 20 minutes. And I would come back a completely changed person. So I can't encourage it more to all the people that are watching to investigate transcendental meditation. It's changed my life for the past 10 years and got me through.
You know, it's so beautiful the way you describe it. And every year as you meditate, you talk, it's more profound. And that is for people who think, well, meditation, what is that relevant to me? You know, I'm 16 or I'm 24, I'm a single mom, or I got millions of things to do. I don't have time to do meditation. Your answer to that would be?
You get more time on the clock.
Yeah.
You really do. And as a mother, by the way, as a mother, you definitely don't have time. I went from sleeping 10 hours to maybe 6, like choppy. And so one of the things that's helped me the most as a mother is taking 20 minutes while Daisy's having a nap, meditating, even meditating in her room while she's napping. I find I get to steal 2 hours. It just like it gives me the deepest rest because I don't know about anyone else, but getting to sleep sometimes can make me feel anxious because I'm thinking like, will I go to sleep? Will I go to sleep? Will I go to sleep? And then all of a sudden I'm asleep, right? But I think that's anxiety from the day or from coffee or what have you. And then also, um, you know, I just I find that like it's the best thing to start your day. It's better than coffee. It's better than coffee, and we love coffee.
Well, the thing is that it's something, and why I so appreciate you is you're bringing out this idea of anxiety or depression. So many of us don't want to talk about it. We don't want to admit. We just power forward. You know, if we hurt our arm, we don't have any problem saying, oh, I hurt my arm, or if I have the stomach flu, I have the stomach flu. But no one wants to admit, or few people want to admit, oh, they feel sad inside, or they
Mm.
feel insecure. You know, all the other girls are prettier than me, all the other guys are this or that. And it just grows and grows and grows. And the problems of mental health are really accelerating during COVID, but just in general, particularly among people from, from teens to 24, 25. And just you speaking it out, number one, and number two, having something as simple as transcendental meditation to, along with other things, of course, is not a standalone, but other, as you were talking about, so helpful. So I'm so grateful to you for your standing up about transcendental meditation, but your courage, just even what you just said. No, I'm going to the lighting, you're a beautiful woman, you're a beautiful soul, and you're a gift. And I will talk a little, if you don't mind, a little breathing meditation.
Yes. So before we start the breathing meditation, I wanted everyone to know where they could go
Yes.
to find transcendental meditation, and that would be www.davidlynchfoundation.org. Am I right?
Or yes, that's correct. Or even simpler, www.tm.org also.
Oh,
Yeah.
better. Okay.
Yeah.
Just check out www.tm.org. That
Yes.
should be easy enough for our brains to remember, even though we're so overloaded right now. It's like, it's so funny. It's like, I think it's a really stressful time. It used to be, it shouldn't be this stressful. Obviously, COVID and the conditions of the world right now, it's just doubled, tripled, quadrupled. But um, I think more than ever, meditation is so important. And I got to tell you, last night, Orlando and I were watching Saturn get close to
Mm.
Jupiter, and we said a prayer and we opened our eyes. And I'm not even lying because I don't lie. A comet went by and it was 3 seconds long and it broke off in three different parts. I don't know if anyone saw this last night, but I was holding on to Orlando going, oh my God, oh my God. Because I had never seen a comet like that. I've seen a shooting star, but this was like a huge comet that went by, and it was like about 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I was like, wow, we just said a prayer, and then God showed up in this incredible way. And I was so humbled. I was so humbled. And I'm so humbled when I meditate because there's this absolute stillness. It's like I can really hear God. I can really know myself. I can hear what I need. And I'm just excited to do this meditation with you, but so excited to bring TM.
And I'll say one last thing that, and the beautiful, and you mentioned this early on, is
And
that
I
it's,
hold on, I gotta do one little thing. Orlando just came in
oh,
with avocado toast.
hi,
Hi,
Orlando.
hey Bobs, nice to see you. We had our meditate this morning.
Nice to
Thank
see you.
he just brought me avocado
I
toast.
can't hear you, Bob,
Nice.
but it's lovely to see you.
Thank you, honey. I love you.
And the thing that's so wonderful is that, as you said, it's science, that the
Yes.
changes, and it's practical. Oh, I sleep better. Oh, my memory is better. I think more clearly. I solve problems. That person I live with doesn't push my button so many times. I don't lose myself with, and yeah, just all those things as we become healthier. So to learn transcendental meditation, it's not a mass meditation, as you know. You learn it from a teacher. It takes a little bit of time. I'm going to teach a very simple, lovely little breathing meditation. And it's
Oh,
so simple to do. And the reason why breathing is good is that when we're anxious, we often breathe through our mouth, like we get worried. But the thing is, when we breathe through our nose, it brings air up into oxygen up into the brain, and it calms the fear center, and it's called the amygdala. It calms
ooh.
them down, and it also wakes up sort of the creative network. So there's a very simple breathing thing that you can do right before a
Don't
test.
ever
Right,
call me a shallow breather.
I'm not, never, you're a deep soul. Anyway,
That is the biggest clap back you could ever say. She's a shallow breather. No.
okay, what we're going to, this is very simple. We're going to just start, but we're going to breathe in through our nostrils
Okay.
slowly, just slowly, fill up your lungs up into your face, into your forehead, and then just pause for a bit, and just a second, and then out through your lips, just quietly, and like a soccer ball that's deflating, just your lungs just emptying, and hold it for a second, and then back in slowly, everything easy, back through your nose, fill up into your head, pause for a sec, then out through your lips. Till it's empty, then pause for a sec, then back in through your nose. Fill up your lungs, up into your head, hold it for a sec, and then out through your lips.
I hope everyone's doing this with us.
It's so good. You're feeding your brain. There's nothing woo-woo about this. You're just bringing oxygen to your brain. We're going to do this 6 times on your
Ooh,
own time. Okay? 6
six times,
in and out. 6.
six
Is that
times,
okay?
guys. Yes,
6
everyone.
times. You
Let's do
count
it
yourself.
together. Let's do it
That's
together.
right.
Ready?
All right. Yeah. So we're gonna start now. We're gonna breathe. You want me to lead it? Should I lead
Yes,
it or
I
yeah?
would
Okay.
love for
Okay.
you to lead it for everybody
All
that's
right.
watching, and I would love to just listen and do
And
it.
you can
Oh, I'm
have your
feeling good.
eyes open, eyes closed, whatever you want to do, completely relaxed, no shoulds. This is your time off. We're meditating with our beloved Katy Perry.
Go with
What
the
could be
flow.
better? What could
All
be
right,
better? All right,
let's
so
do
let's
it.
begin. And now breathe in through your nostrils, just easy and slow. Fill up your lungs, up into your face, your forehead. Hold it, then out through your lips, just quietly. Then let it empty for a minute, and then back in through your nose. Fill up, out through your lips. Just empty, just empty. Hold it, and then back through your nose. Fill it up. You're feeding your brain oxygen. It loves it. It loves you. Then out through your lips. Just let your lungs